Hey, morning, everybody. I think it's Saturday. Yep, Super Bowl weekend. And I know a lot of people are getting prepared for that football and partying and having a good time. Um, One thing I've noticed over a few years actually, and it's due to overpopulation. I know that, but you know, I can still bring it up. I notice how so many of us lack consideration of others. We can care less about our neighbor, literally, but yet we'll go around, good morning, all this fake good morning shit, you know. And then 5 minutes, and we'll have no problem throwing trash in people's yard. We have no problem picking up trash from yards, whether it's yours or, that's the neighborly thing to do, is to be considerate of others. If you see trash, pick it up and throw it in the garbage. You know, I know my neighbor next door. He used to. I didn't like people coming on my property. I'm just gonna be real honest about that. I mean, he used to take my garbage can out and all this stuff. I don't really need all that kind of attention like that and assistance really. I mean, and then he'll leave his yard full of shit, trash and furniture on the side of the house. Got all these bicycles. I mean, what the fuck what do they need all these bicycles for? None of them have worked since I've been here. They just all kind of sit around. And that's fine. You can do that. And smoke weed. That's definitely fine. But you have to be considerate of others. You really have to be considerate of others. And I say this is because they have these watchdogs. And I know that's what these dogs are. Even though they're not, they have these dogs around that bark. When a bark at a fallen, you know, a grain of sand, this dog is barking. You know what I'm saying? If he sees a grain of sand fall from the sky, he's barking and this, you know. Um, we just have to be considerate of others because, you know, we're really, we always say that we love animals too. Oh my gosh, right? Some people even said I love animals more than I love humans. Now, wow, wow, that's pretty sad affairs. Don't you agree? I say so, but that's my opinion. Remember what I said about my opinions. But we have to be considerate of others, you know, because I'm always thinking about. I'm not always thinking about me. I'm thinking about the safety of the neighborhood and protecting the neighborhood as best I can. But no, a lot of people are, because they have a lot of secrets and they're doing a lot of nefarious stuff. They like to be private. They want. I mean, not private. They want to be secret, so that they can kind of hide, and roam through the night. Like I said, I always see bicycles riding up and down the roadway at pitch darkness. No lights on the bikes at all, which is such a hazard. And I told you the neighbor all hours of the night, you hear that motorcycle that he can't ride. Little idiot. He's a little idiot. He can't even ride the motorcycle that he purchased. I've never. Okay, there are two men over there. One is father and son. The son has never worked since I've been here. Yeah. And I can remember when I go out and mow my lawn, which I love doing that kind of stuff. How he would just sit there watching me mow my lawn and like trying to give me instructions on this and that and the other. I want to say, get your little ignorant little, I want to say something to him, but I didn't. Because he's weird. I know I'm weird. I can point out weirdness, especially because I am. He's sitting around acting like he's just all this and that and the other. He's so delusional. So maybe he has some type of mental illness. He's delusional and he feels grand and so knowledgeable and and the only thing too is I don't ever see women over there. Ever. Well, what will happen is women will come, but women go. That's usually a sign of something really going on. When you have, because it's usually all men and boys over there. Okay, and women will visit, but then they go. They don't stay around. So I know we have a serious issue with interpersonal relationships. It's obvious, right? But yeah, be considerate of others. You don't necessarily have to be on someone's property. Okay, you don't need to be walking on people's property. You don't have to, you don't necessarily have to take out people's trash, because if you do that, you're coming on somebody's property to do that. You don't necessarily have to do that kind of stuff, because that's what spies do, by the way. Pretending to be neighborly, and they just want to know what's going on. Okay, be considerate of others. With dogs and animals, a lot of people, like I said, say they love them and cherish their animals, but they'll tie them to a tree outside and allow them just to bark and bark and bark and bark while you inside, laying down somewhere, probably just watching fucking television, I'm sure, or fucking around on your phone, playing video games and whatnot, because that's what he does. Or something. He like I said, he hasn't worked. And then he claims he's some kind of computer wizard and that he can do this and that and the other. I mean, contradictions. There's always contradictions. Always contradictions. And there's like I said, there's a father and there's that son, and there's at least 5 other boys in that house. 5. Boys or men or whatever. At least 5. 7 men in one house. No woman around. No woman, no cry. So you just have to keep an eye also on your neighbors. That's a neighborly thing to do. And, do the best you can to be safe. And, you do have to protect yourself. I feel protective, but, I can still be violated. I'm not that attached to my material things, but I will blow your head off if you invade me. That's just graphic figure of speech. Okay, let's keep that real as well. And I know that, that our interpersonal relationships have deteriorated because, we're talking to avatars. We have to create an avatar. We're talking about androids, and we're talking about AI. That's how our language is. It's a disconnect with close personal relationships. No, you need an avatar. I need a what? It's like we're so distant away from relationships. And people are just always wanting to build lists. Always wanting to build and build and build those type of impersonal type of connections with people. Where they can sell them, and and all that is people. All it is a pyramid, and what people want to do is steal databases from people. Oh, if you got 10,000, and lie to them, say, oh, you got 10,000 people in your database. Let me tell you how you can flip that, and they just go and start lying and get your head, and they do that to women. Women are so gullible to that, but they won't admit it, and that's fine. Look, all I do is help women, children, and the elderly the best I can, but there's always a losing battle in that. You have to do it. You have to do it. Just do it, and not let them know you're doing it. Because otherwise they'll fight against it and say, oh no, I don't need no help on that. I know what I'm doing, and they just go defending it. Defending their views and position. On these pyramid schemes. And then all of a sudden all the, because keep in mind, you're probably investing just as much money as these other people are. You'll charge people something, but anyway, I'll get off of that. So be considerate of others as best you can, but don't violate people's privacy. Okay? You could hear your dog barking for hours on end. You could hear that. Unless you're, out because of narcotics you're taking or some type of medication you're taking. Pills and that kind of stuff that, to put you to sleep. But, your dog's out there barking. I mean, this one dog next door, he barked for hours. Hours. Okay? Not just, for some reason, this dog cannot relax. And I know why, because they're smoking so much weed and stuff, all this weed that's laced with something, and it's affecting the dog. Because I can smell that smoke no matter where I am in my yard. That's inconsiderate to be, but I don't expect them to be inconsiderate, but it is cause and effect. These are a lot of young boys over there, or young men. There's a lot of young men over there. Eventually, are going to be under the illusion and delusion that they're going to be building a family and be able to provide for them. No, they will not. It's obviously they don't have any skills over there. They just sit over there and nobody's working, like I said. And that's what happened too. I noticed that when I retired. Before I retired, a lot of these people in the neighborhood were going somewhere at the hours I suspected they were going to work. And it seemed to be a rhythm, scheduled times where they would leave, because I could tell by their vehicles. I started recognizing, the sound of their vehicles when they would leave. And some of them are loud enough where okay, that's so-and-so over there with the loud, engine or whatever that is, muffler. But then I noticed after I retired, everybody stopped working around here, and they're always home. Everybody's always home around here, at least in 5 or 6 houses. When they were used to come and go as if they were going to work, I thought. I don't know where they were going. They just wanted to be spies or something, worried about what everybody else is doing. So they want to stay home and watch people and, be spying on neighbors. I'm telling you, that's what we've become. We've become so disconnected from interpersonal relationships and turned into predators, where we just like to watch people and pay attention to what everybody else is doing. Okay, and I feel so bad about it. Disturbs me when there's children around, like I said, elderly and women. That disturbs me, because men are increasingly degenerating. And a planet cannot survive without women. Okay, a planet cannot survive without women. So we'll just have to, it's just going to be a process of, I don't know what's coming next, but it's going to be one disaster after another. One disaster after another. One disaster. You think that's resolved, boom, something else going to pop off. You think once that's resolved, something else is going to pop off. You're going to constantly always be in a state of emergency. Always. All right, so I'll stop there. I'll definitely be back. Have a good one so far.